Hi, this is Annie from the ADHD Minimalist, and today I want to unbox, or in this case, it actually came in a bag, so I'm unbagging the 15-liter PacSafe backpack. And this one reminds me more of like a backpack for kids, or it could be used as a school backpack. So I'm gonna unbox this. Before that, I would just like to remind you that I still have my ebook, Help My Room Exploded, at a really good price. And so go check that out before I have to raise the price. There's also books like this, physical books that you can get on Amazon, and the ebooks on Amazon. There's also an audiobook, and the audiobook is out on a whole bunch of different platforms. It's out on, I want to say, Spotify, Apple, Audible, Book, oh goodness, I can't even remember all of them. There's too many. Like I sent it out through an aggregator who sent it out to like 40 different sites that they have audiobooks. So there's a lot of different options if you have like a favorite. I think it's on Apple. If you have a favorite site that you use to listen to, I guess app would have been the right word. If you have a favorite app that you use to listen to books, then check first if it's on there, because there's a really high chance that it is. And so maybe you just want to listen to the book, then please go in and write a review, especially if you liked it. But yeah, that would be really helpful, because on the audiobooks, I don't really have any way to ask. I mean, I can ask you to help me with a review, but it's not as easy to get reviews for the audiobooks as it is for the ebook or this physical book. And so I'm kind of like lagging behind. So anyone who wants to get that book and listen to it and write a review, that would help me so much, because it would help Audible or Apple or whoever has the book know who to recommend it to. So that would just help me tons. So thank you so much. Remember to like and subscribe. And we like to talk about minimalism and ADHD, but I also have been like, we travel a lot with our kids because I am an American and my husband is Swedish. And so technically I'm also Swedish, because I have done all my Swedish paperwork. I am a Swedish citizen and I can vote here. I pay taxes here, but I'm also an American. I was born in America and spent half my life in America. And so our kids are also Swedish Americans, and they have double passports. And so we travel a lot. And we also have friends in like other places in Europe, like Norway and Germany and Finland and different places. And so, like here, you maybe travel to different countries like you would travel to different states in America. But so I've done a lot of videos about bags for traveling, because I feel like that can really like sometimes make or break your trip, especially with kids. Our kids are getting a little bit older, but just being able to find everything you need, and also knowing like some of these PacSafe bags have like a lot of features to keep people from stealing your stuff. And so we're about to go to Athens in the summer, and so I bought a couple of extra bags, because we've been warned time and again for pickpockets in Athens. And so I wanted to have bags for everybody that lock, and also that you can't cut through. And I'm not 100% sure if this is one of those bags that has that feature, but I'm hoping I can feel the material and figure it out. So without further ado, this is the 15-liter. I'm just going to double check what this is called exactly. Okay, this is PacSafe Go is what it's called. It's a 15-liter backpack. Yeah, that's all it says in here. PacSafe Go 15-liter backpack. They also have another backpack that looks exactly like this, but it's bigger. I think it might be 20 liters or something. But again, these kind of remind me a little bit more of a school backpack, but they're supposed to be safe. Okay, here we go. There we have it. Return label that I don't plan on using. Okay, this is what it looks like. Backpack, 15 liters. And I went with all black. There are some that have this bottom part here is more of a brown color, and this is a different color. They think they came in pink and blue At least I remember those two colors. Sometimes they have green ones too. Anyway, so this has some different features. This is really interesting. Do you see that? The zipper is like stuck in some kind of... I've never actually seen that before. I have a lot of their bags, but goodness. Okay, so you basically kind of have to like get your fingers on here and sort of pull that to the side to get the zipper out. So that's kind of nifty. Some of their ideas... Oh, here's a little thing to like keep your keys or something. For backpacks, I feel like we're better than others. There's one that turns into a purse, and I love the idea of having, when you're traveling, you have this backpack that locks. You can't slash through it anywhere, or you can't slash the strap, but it also turns into a purse. But that one had some kind of thing here that you put stuff in it, and then you were supposed to lock it with this like plastic thing, and that plastic thing after a while just kind of like, it would fall out, so the lock thing would just kind of like fall open. And so I didn't feel like that was the best long-term solution, but this looks like it could be a really good long-term solution. So, oh, now my cat is playing in the bag. Cutie. Let's see if I can get it zipped again. Okay, so now I pull it up there. Oh, there. Yeah, it was pretty easy to shut. It's a little bit harder to get it open, but if you just kind of use both hands, you can shut it with one hand. You kind of need both hands to open it, I feel like. Okay, well that was kind of fun to see that. Let's see here. Otherwise, we have, this is called anti-theft instructions, the new anti-theft technology. Okay, maybe they've had some new ideas. That's interesting. Sustainable anti-theft bags, this says. Patented technology is designed and engineered to protect your valuables. Pop and lock security clip. Snap and lock. Carry safe / guard strap with double single wire. Turn and lock system. Locking cable. Carry safe / guard strap. Again. Okay, so they have a bunch of different features on here, I guess. Okay, it does, here we go. There it shows you. Sometimes when you buy stuff, you don't feel like you get all the information, but it's like on the back. It's interesting that they don't really show you very well. So here's all of this here. I'm not really sure if that might be better to see it from there. But what I was saying, like this seems to have mesh in the bag, which was kind of what I was wondering about. Because I feel like, I don't know, like in some countries that I've been to, I went to India and Nepal to visit some friends and stuff, and then I was happy that, I don't know, I can keep some valuables in front of me, but I still don't want somebody slashing anything that's on my back. And so I feel like if I'm going to invest in a bag, I would really prefer that it's slash proof as well as has locking features. So anyway, I don't feel like you probably need the slashing thing in most of Europe. It's more like people are trying to get stuff out of your bag, but they don't always cut your stuff. But in some of those countries like Europe, and I don't know, I was also in Thailand and Cambodia, like cutting the underside of your bag and letting stuff fall out, and then they just kind of like pick stuff up and you don't notice. So if most bags maybe have like a smaller pocket at the bottom, so maybe all your stuff doesn't fall out, so you don't maybe notice the difference right away until they've picked up your stuff and run off with it, and you keep walking, you don't turn around, you don't notice, but you're losing stuff. So I kind of feel like it's a good way to go if you're already going to invest in a bag that has locking features. This is made with recycled fishing net. Interesting. They seem recycled bottles. So this seemed to have like upped their products a little bit. That's a good thing. This protects your belongings with a special exo mesh / guard material. There it is. And here was like some of the, oh, they're upside down, sorry. Some of the features, I guess, or maybe not features, certifications, maybe it was the right word. It's RFID safe, so it keeps your card safe, and then it just protects your belongings. This is called a dock lock. This is the one I've never seen before, I think, the dock lock one. Dock lock instructions. Pull pull, snap, secured, pull. It kind of acts like you squeeze it on the sides. I was kind of like pulling it up, but if you squeeze it, it should come open. Okay. Protect your bag. Here's a turn lock. I don't know. I have those on a lot of bags. That's how you put the strap around the chair. Here's instructions for, oh yeah, you have to lock it. You shut it, and sometimes I just shut the stuff on my bag when I'm in Sweden because I'm not really worried about pickpockets in most places where I live. But then you have to make sure that you shut it and then you turn the little thing if you don't want people opening it. And oh yeah, and I like these, honestly. I have these on another bag. I feel like those are pretty convenient. Okay, so we're gonna open this bag up. Oh, it's all, they've locked me out of the bag. Okay, so you see that this is stuck, kind of like stuck in there. So I just basically just have to push on that and get that out of there. But I honestly have that feature on another bag and I feel like it works well. Ooh, it has turtles on the inside. That's cute. Turtle camo or something. All right. There's actually quite a lot of space in here, to be perfectly honest. No, I was kind of thinking that maybe my daughter could use this as a school bag. And it has this strap that you want to use, you know, if you want it to sit on your carry-on. And also, I like this feature as well. I don't know. It has, you know, like a thing at your back, so you could put stuff in here, in there. It doesn't seem to have like a real locking feature though, but you can put the zipper into here so you can't hardly see it. But I think the main thought with most of the zippers on the back is that people aren't going to go like feeling around on your back because of course you would know that right away. Oh, no, Kitty, what are you doing? You're jumping on my chair. Ah. Naughty kitty. Been trying to teach the cats not to claw the furniture. They have a really big thing to claw and they can go outside and claw things, and one of those cardboard claw things. You often, hey, do you want to say hi? No, you don't want to say hi? Okay. Anyway, I sprayed the furniture with this like citrus spray to try to keep the cats from clawing, but I don't really feel like it works. So if anybody has some kind of spray to keep the cats off your furniture that works, let me know. Okay, so here's an RFID safe little pocket that has Velcro, so you could put cards and stuff in there. Then there's like a computer pocket. It would have to be a smaller computer. I'm honestly not sure if my computer would even fit in here, but a laptop, a small one, or an iPad or something would work. And other than that, it's basically just a big pocket. There's one little thing there to put a pen. And then there's that or pocket for your cards, or possibly your phone might fit in there too. And then it's basically just one big pocket with this computer opening here. And there is no, sometimes there's a strap here with Velcro or something to keep your computer in there. There is not one of those on here. Other than that, then you have this thing here where you open, you know, you turn that to the side. There we go. And then you open this, and that's to put around like the leg of a chair or something. So apparently there's a lot of like tricks that people have to get your stuff in other countries. I have a friend who was in Germany and she hung her purse on her chair behind her somehow, and it wasn't like a locking purse or anything, it was just a normal one. And then this girl who was sitting, it was a cafe and everybody's kind of like really close together, so there was another girl sitting behind her and they were kind of back to back. And so this girl had her coat on her chair, and then she pretended to get stuff out of her coat, and she was kind of bumping my friend, and at the same time she was taking stuff out of her purse. So it's a really good idea not to have stuff behind you where you can't see it. Put it on the leg of around the leg of your chair, by your feet or between your feet or something. but keep it where you can see it. And then if you have like a locking bag, make sure that you lock the pocket so that people can't just like easily grab something while you're not looking. If it takes them a while to get into it, if you're right there, of course you would see them eventually. So, and apparently they also have, I've been kind of checking out like what kind of things to be careful for in Greece. And one thing was, Kitty, you're back in here, you're in the bag again, huh? That people, like if you put your phone on the table, that people might come and pretend to ask for instructions for how to get somewhere, or show you a map, or have like a magazine or something, and they're asking you things, and they're putting their map or their magazine down on the table on top of your phone, and then when they leave, they're taking your phone with it, like under the magazine. So there's like, you can be especially careful at like restaurants and stuff. So the best thing is just to keep your phone, unless you're like holding it and using it, just then put it back in your locked bag that is, again, like close to your feet and around the leg of your chair or the table or something. So just some tips to keep things safe. And other than that, I think it's really important when you're on a train and stuff to make sure that you have stuff in front of you. Even if you have things locked, sometimes people try to like get stuff, like pick stuff up when you're not looking, or if you're like kind of stressed and you're trying to get off the train and you have something like it's kind of like on your arm but hanging off or something, and people are bumping you, sometimes it's easier than you think to like get stuff off of you, or like pick up something, like you're picking up your own bag and you're kind of like hiding something else if somebody else is kind of behind it and picking it up at the same time. So just beware. And I mean, it's always best to have like your valuables like on you, so it's like across body, or and then in front, or like a backpack that you're wearing the wrong way, especially in situations where you know that there's going to be a lot of people like pushing and like maybe getting like off of a train, for instance, or like in a crowded marketplace or something. Just like take extra precautions when there's lots of people and you know that you're going to be in crowds for the next hour. And then when you get out of that area and you're in an area where the people aren't as thick thick on the ground, then you can like turn it around and put it back on your back the way you usually wear it or something. But it's always better to be safe than sorry, honestly. And I usually don't carry my passport around with me, even in countries that say you should. I've never had anybody track me down and like make me give them my passport, but I do take pictures of it that I have in my phone so I could show them. And I do carry an ID card on me all the time. So it could be my Swedish driver's license. Maybe for you, it's your American driver's license or something. It could also be, we have like ID cards that you can actually fly within Europe on. So that would be a really good thing to carry around, and you leave your passports. And usually I'm carrying around double passports because like the kids and I, we usually need to take our American and our Swedish passports everywhere. And you just don't want to have that on you. And I mean, if it all got stolen, that would be like such a headache to replace. So I feel like it's better just to have a good ID card, and then to hide your passports in your hotel room. And I wouldn't put them all in the same place. Like sometimes I like open the lining in my bag, like in the bottom, and put them under the lining, then I zip it back up, and then I put my clothes and stuff on top. And if you're really worried about it, put like a bunch of dirty underwear and stuff, like put it in a bag in like a Ziploc, and then first you put it in the Ziploc, then you put it in like your laundry bag, and then at the very top you put a bunch of dirty underwear, because people are not going to want to touch your dirty underwear, and they will not look in there for your passport. So if you feel like you're at like a sketchier-ish hotel and you're worried about your passport, then I would do something like that. Or if you have a small child, like put it in a diaper, and then I would hide the diaper like in your bag or something, because you don't want somebody to accidentally throw it away. But there are certain things that people will not touch. So use that to your advantage. Another thing about having a passport on you, I had my passport on me in Cambodia, and we were driving on a moped, and another moped driver came over and grabbed my purse that was like around my neck. And so we were like pulling on my purse, and then it broke, and I had the strap and he had my purse, and it had my passport in it. And so I was in Cambodia and I had to get another passport because I couldn't leave the country. And so that is my experience with having a passport on me. And it was in a situation where I did not expect to lose my passport while riding on a moped in the city. Like maybe you would lose your passport in a marketplace or something where it's really crowded, I thought, but not riding a moped. But I did. And so And another time I lost a passport was in America, in New York, I think. And what happened was that the airline messed up my ticket. They gave me a boarding pass, and then I got there and they were like, they gave you the wrong boarding pass. And so like they were giving me a runaround, and I ended up having to stay the night in the airport. And I don't know, like when you're older, you kind of realize that you could probably ask for some certain things because it wasn't your fault. But I was young and dumb at the time, and I just thought, well, I'll just stay in the airport all night. Well, I fell asleep, and I had like my arms around my bag somehow, or I was sleeping on it with the arm around a strap or something. But somehow when I was asleep, somebody got in my bag and stole my passport without me waking up. So again, it might have been helpful to have like a locked bag, but that really wasn't a thing back then. So anyway, use precautions. And if you ever get like what I learned kind of with this like weird thing where they gave me the wrong boarding pass, well, what they did, they were trying to help me to get me on an earlier flight, but apparently the boarding pass that they gave me when I was checking in, something was wrong with it, or they filled up that flight or something, and so they wouldn't let me on it, and it was too close to the next flight that I was supposed to take, so I couldn't get from the gate that I was waiting at to the other gate in time to get on the original flight that was on my actual first ticket. And so the people at the gate where they had the wrong boarding pass, they took it and threw it away. This boarding pass that they'd given me that was faulty. And so when I got back to the other, I had to go check the other gate first just to make sure they hadn't left, but I didn't have time to get there. And then I had to go to the help desk, and they were like, well, what did you do with that other boarding pass? And like, they didn't give it back to me. They threw it away. And they were like, well, next time, make sure that you get it back, because then you have proof that the airline did something wrong, and they might pay for your whole hotel night or something. But right now, the only thing we can do is give you a discount. And I was like a young person that didn't have very much money. So I was like, I'm not going to pay $100 even with a discount to go to a hotel. So I'm just going to stay here. And I lost my passport, which cost me, because I already had a ticket to go back to Europe. I was just going to visit my parents for a short time, which cost me much more than the hotel room to get my passport back on time. So that was definitely not the way to go. I should have gone to a hotel. Anyway, really great to talk to you guys again. And I will have to do another video about this bag after we've been using it. So have a great day. Bye.